The 1950s were the golden age of the British saloon car. Doctors drove them to early morning appointments, businessmen crossed the country in them, and families trusted them for holidays beside the seaside. These cars mixed wood, leather, chrome, and quiet dignity in a way only Britain seemed able to achieve. Today on UKTORQUE, we are counting down 10 British saloons that defined the decade after the war. Let's begin. Number 10. Riley Pathfinder. The Riley Pathfinder arrived in 1953 as one of the final truly traditional Riley saloons before the company lost much of its old identity. Under the bonnet sat a large 2.5-liter engine that gave the car strong performance for its era. Inside, polished wood and leather created an atmosphere closer to a private club than an ordinary family car. The Pathfinder felt old-fashioned even when new, but that was part of its charm. It represented the fading elegance of pre-war British engineering carried into a changing decade. Number 9. Vauxhall Victor. When the Vauxhall Victor appeared in 1957, Britain suddenly looked toward America for inspiration. Wraparound windows, bright chrome, and bold styling made it feel dramatically modern beside older British saloons. Mechanically it was simple and dependable, powered by a modest 1.5-liter engine, but the Victor succeeded because of its appearance. For many suburban families, it brought excitement and modern style to the driveway for the very first time. Number 8. Standard Vanguard Phase 3. The Standard Vanguard Phase 3 marked a major shift for Standard in 1955. Earlier Vanguards had felt heavy and old-fashioned, but this version introduced cleaner styling and a more modern body. Its strong 2-liter engine gave dependable performance, while the spacious cabin appealed to growing middle-class families. It was not flashy or luxurious, but it was solid, practical, and exactly the kind of sensible British saloon many buyers wanted during the decade. Number 7. Austin Cambridge A50. The Austin Cambridge A50 defined ordinary British motoring in the mid-1950s. Introduced in 1954, it used the dependable B-Series engine and offered comfortable seating, a column gear change, and enough room for everyday family life. The styling was neat rather than exciting, but that simplicity helped make it one of the most familiar saloons on British roads. It became part of daily life across towns and suburbs throughout the country. Number 6. Hillman Minx Audax. The Hillman Minx Audax arrived in 1956 with crisp styling and just enough American influence to look fashionable without feeling excessive. The wraparound rear window and cleaner body lines helped it stand out in crowded showrooms. It was aimed directly at young families and sales representatives who wanted something respectable and modern. Reliable, easy to drive, and attractively styled, the Audax Minx captured the spirit of late 1950s Britain perfectly. Number 5. Morris Oxford Series 2 and 3. The Morris Oxford became one of Britain's great dependable family saloons. The Series 2 introduced modern monocoque construction in 1954, while the Series 3 refined the design further 2 years later. Spacious, practical, and mechanically simple, the Oxford earned a reputation for reliability that made it popular both in Britain and overseas. It was not glamorous, but it was exactly the kind of honest motoring ordinary British families trusted. Number 4. Ford Consul. The Ford Consul helped bring modern engineering to post-war British motoring. The original 1951 model introduced unitary construction and advanced front suspension that made it feel more modern than many rivals. By the time the Mark II arrived in 1956, the Consul had become larger, smoother, and more stylish. For many families, it represented accessible modernity, a car that felt advanced without feeling intimidating. Number 3. Austin Westminster A90 and A95. The Austin Westminster range gave Britain a proper executive saloon without Jaguar prices. Powered by smooth 6-cylinder engines, the Westminster offered comfortable long-distance cruising and a sense of prestige that appealed strongly to middle-class professionals. Chrome trim, large interiors, and optional automatic transmission gave these cars a more luxurious character than ordinary family saloons. They helped define the idea of the British executive car before the term truly existed. Number 2. Rover P4. Few cars represented respectable British professionalism better than the Rover P4. Introduced in 1949 and developed throughout the 1950s, the P4 became associated with doctors, solicitors, and bank managers across Britain. The separate chassis, smooth engines, and beautifully trimmed interior gave it an unmistakably refined character. Nicknamed Auntie, the Rover P4 was never designed to feel sporty or youthful. It was designed to feel proper, dependable, and quietly dignified. Number 1. Jaguar Mark VII. The Jaguar Mark VII changed British saloons forever. Introduced in 1950, it combined luxury and genuine high performance in a way few cars had ever managed before. Powered by Jaguar's legendary 3.4-liter XK straight-six engine, the Mark VII could exceed 100 miles per hour while still offering leather seats, polished wood, and limousine-like comfort. It succeeded in motorsport as well, proving that a large luxury saloon could also be genuinely fast. The Mark VII created the formula Jaguar would become famous for over the next several decades. These 10 saloons show just how much British motoring evolved during the 1950s. From practical family transport to refined executive machines, each one reflected a different side of a nation rebuilding itself after the war. Thanks for watching UKTORQUE. Subscribe for more classic British car history and tell us in the comments which 1950s British saloon you would most like to own today.